So it is a slow Sunday night. It is 9:30 right now, and I'm not very tired. So I was down here, and was just reading a little bit of Will to Power, and there's a line in here that kind of caught my attention, and this is how it goes: "The wrath of our disillusionment is weaker than the force of habit." Now, that gripped me. But what exactly does that mean? And the simplest term you could put it is, let's make it applicable, and let's make it relevant to everyday life, right? Your disillusionment. What does disillusionment just mean as a word? It just means you finally realize the truth. Your eyes are opened. There's no illusion anymore. There's a disillusionment. So if you have the illusion that something is great, and then you open up your eyes and like, wow, this is actually destructive, bam, disillusionment. Now, Friedrich Nietzsche says that this disillusionment is weaker than the force of habit. Now, we know, as humans, we are creatures of habit for sure. That's undeniable here. Now, when you put that all together, the wrath of our disillusionment is weaker than the force of habit. So I bust out the notebook here and kind of took notes on this. And examples I wrote of the habits being stronger than the disillusionment. I have drinking, eating unhealthy, not going to the gym, doom scrolling, being lazy, spending money. That's just real quick, some that I was able to rifle off in my brain there. And I realized it ties in amazingly to the last prompt I wrote about, and I made a video about humans being self-sabotaging. There's great empirical evidence that things like, let's take for example, drinking or smoking, right? We know those are terrible for our health. We'll take smoking for example at first. There is mountains and mountains of scientific literature stating smoking is really disruptive for your health. And I still will from time to time smoke a cigar, and people still smoke cigarettes, they still vape. So there is an obvious disillusionment there. We know how bad these substances and these things and these activities are, yet the habit of doing it is stronger than the eye-opening of the dangers of the activity. And that's just really strange to me, because it's like, it seems so simple. If it's bad for you, why do it? And now let's move into drinking. Now, I personally don't partake in drinking, but drinking, for example, people are reminded every Sunday how bad drinking is, like how crappy it is for your body. Yet when Friday or Saturday rolls around, or Friday and Saturday rolls around, they're very quick to forget the disillusionment. They're very what's the word I'm looking for? Clouded. Their judgment's clouded by the habit of doing it every weekend. Yeah, these are kind of just scrambled thoughts, because I haven't really taken a whole lot of time to think this through here. But eating. When you're eating bad, you know how bad you feel. It is a catalyst for a lot of problems. Obviously, we have physical and health problems that come from eating poorly, but we also have a lot of mental turmoil that comes from eating poorly. Yet, the vast majority of people still fall victim to the illusion that the taste, that the enjoyment of eating this certain food is better than the feeling that you would get for an extended period of time not eating the food is. So when you eat that food, you eat that Big Mac or whatever it may be, or those chips, I'm the first to admit, while you're doing it, it's fucking amazing. The feeling is so good. You're like, man, this is so good. This is so tasty. Extremely shortly after that, you feel horrible. And then when that snowball just keeps rolling, it's not even necessarily the feeling that you have physically anymore, which gets worse and worse. It's mentally. You start to pack on a few extra pounds. You get a little more fat percentage, and mentally you start to battle yourself, which drops your confidence and drops your personal belief that I can stop eating unhealthy, and that further just snowballs into a pretty helpless position that takes a lot more. It takes a lot more energy to pull yourself out of that hole than it is to just, not even dig the hole to begin with. And it's like a compounding effect, I feel. The more you're digging the hole, the faster you're getting at digging. So those are just my Sunday evening thoughts. That was I thought was interesting to me. Share your opinions on it in the comments and let me know how you guys feel. I will talk to you tomorrow. Peace.